Hey everyone, Refs here with another video. Today's will be a bit different. So I was originally planning to make a 30 minutes video with beginner tips, but that would have taken longer to upload, so I decided to split it into 3 parts instead. This time I'm taking a more hands-on approach while playing the game, so let me know what you think about it in the comments. Also feel free to share any other tips you think are useful, they might make it into the next videos. And as always, please like and subscribe for more Wizardry content, and now let's get into it. Okay guys, so for the first tip, and this one is very important, right? The game doesn't automatically link up your account with the Google Play. So if anything happens with your device or your files, basically, your account is gone. Okay, so this is very important. So you want to go here to the cog button, and then you go here in link data, right? And there will be a button here to link to your Google Play. I don't have it here because I'm playing on Steam right now. But here you will link your account. Just don't do this if you think that you want to reroll, because the process will be easier if you do not link your account. So now I have some tips here for rerolling, right? The most important one, I think, is that whenever you guys start a game, there will be basically a questionnaire from a hooded guy, right? And this will determine your personality for your main character. So you can be either good, neutral, or evil. And many people, including me, would recommend that you guys pick the neutral main character if you can. If you guys want the exact answers, here's a chart from Wiki, right? That you can answer those and your MC will be neutral. But I really want to focus here that the game doesn't need the best account, right? You can basically clear everything in the game without legendaries even. So every character is viable and you don't need to reroll if you don't want to. But if you want the best characters, in my opinion, for rerolling, they are Alice, Lana Vale, and there are two great mages, right? There are Adam and Ekaterina. I am basically from Team Adam, right? But if you guys want Ekaterina, you can use both even if you want. So they are both great picks. Now I want to quickly introduce the auto-locking mechanic in this game, right? You can go here in the cog, and then we have here auto-lock adventure. So this one is for adventurers, and I recommend that at least this legendary adventures is checked, right? Because whenever you get a legendary, it will be automatically locked. And then there's also the auto-lock equipment function here. So this one is a bit more complicated, right? But the main one is here upon acquisition. You gotta select a quality and a grade. And whenever the item is of this quality or higher, and of this grade or higher, for this one it gotta be 5 stars and red for it to lock, right? And we also have this box here that if you mark it, only one of these conditions needs to be met for the item to auto-lock, right? But as I said, I don't really like this mechanic. I prefer to let everything be unlocked and I just pick whatever I want to sell whenever I want to sell. Okay, so now I want to talk a bit about sell-only items, right? This is mainly important if you still don't know about them and you just started the game, right? So you can, after exploring a bit, you can go here to the item shop, right? And then you go here to sell, and if you go here to bulk sell, I've unselected every normal item, right? So every quality here, and I have selected the cash conversion items, and here you can see that I have a bit of those things, right? Some ores, some coins, whatever, and those are mainly in your inventory just to be sold, right? So there are some exceptions here. There's a slime NPC that will want some translucent pebbles here, so for these ones, I recommend that if you're just starting, you always keep like 1 or 2 on you to give to him, right? Because something will happen, right? I don't know to spoil it, but it's very nice. So here you can sell these things, and for example, let me sell them here, and I get the money, right? And something important to note here as well is at this button here with the 3 stars and some things below it. These are the blessings of the day, right? So sometimes your sell-only items will sell for more, right? If you check here. Also, it's great to always check what is happening here, right? So now we have some in discounts. So the in rooms are cheaper, and here we get more rewards by dispatching, right? This upper one. So always check these blessings here, and you can keep your sell-only items and only sell them whenever they are buffed, so you'll get a bit more money, but if you are short on money, you don't need to do that. Okay guys, so now I want to talk a bit about leveling up, right? Especially because in the start of the game, your level cap is level 20, right? As we can see here, this character, it says level max up in there. and she is ungraded, right? So if I want to raise her level cap, I need to do a grade up exam. Now, I only recommend you guys doing the grade up exam if you can't beat the content, right? Because the lower level you are, the more EXP you will get from defeating enemies, basically, right? So you don't want to over level, because this way it will be harder for you to level up further. I talk about this in more detail in my leveling up video, right? So if you guys want to know more about this, check that out. But basically, if you guys want to level up, right, you probably already noticed that, but you need to go rest in an inn here. So we have all these rooms, right? And this is always something that people get confused. So which room do I choose, right? At the start of the game, you most likely don't want to spend much money, so you'll probably stay here at the stable, right? Which is free. But if you stay in the stable too much, you'll notice that your characters will start to get all dirty and filthy. So what this means is that when you are exploring in the dungeon, if you are dirty, the enemies will basically know where you are easy, okay? So it is actually debuff to be dirty in this game, okay? So if you guys want to clean yourselves, you guys gotta to select at least the first floor here. So basically there are many levels to the dirtiness, okay? So this is a mechanic in the game. So this room will basically clear one of the dirty layers, or two, I don't know, but this room here won't actually clean up your characters completely if they are very dirty. So if they are super dirty, you might want to go here to the private room, or you can just rest twice in this economy room here, and they will be clean. But something to note here is that if you stay in the stable, there is a small chance that you'll be robbed, right? I think that it's about 1000 gold that you get robbed of, but there is an achievement that you can get for getting robbed. So you basically get 20 green gems here for being robbed. So what I would recommend you guys is to stay in the stable until you get this achievement, right? And then later you don't stay in the stable anymore because, well, you probably will already have some gold, right? So now I want to talk a bit about the grade up, how it works and everything. So you guys can go here into the Adventurers Guild and in requests. And the last tab here is the grade exams. So the first one will be the lead grade exam here. So basically you want to do the exam, and then later you guys need to basically use the tags to actually grade up your characters, right? So I will show this later how it works. But basically each exam here will increase your cap by 10 levels. Some here from 20 to 30 to 40, 50, and then to 60. The steel grade exam is the last one as of now, right? So I will go into it to show you guys how it is. So this is how it looks inside, right? Basically, you guys will spawn here and you guys want to reach these poisonous areas. That's where the bosses are. So he can spawn either here or here. So if you guys go there and he's not there, unfortunately, you guys need to go into the other zone. So there will be some enemies here in the middle that you guys will want to try to evade them, because this way you can save some mana, because the only thing that matters here is to kill the boss, and whoever is still alive at the end can be graded up. If you guys want the full maps and strategies of how to kill these bosses, you guys can check the community wiki. There's basically everything there. So now let's get into how to actually get the tags, right? So the first way that I'll show you is here in the requests. There's the weekly quest that always appear every week, that you can slay a monster to get 4 of these tags, right? And sometimes there are some daily quests that appear as well. I'm pretty sure that it appears for like a whole week, and every day you get 2 tags, so that's 14 tags in a week, so it's a great way to get tags. And you guys can also get tags by dismissing your own adventures, right? So here in the adventure log, you guys can go down there, the dismiss button, and here all your own adventures will appear here. So basically the difference is that unnamed characters will give you 1 tag, and named characters will give you 2 tags. And if you guys want to, of course, legendaries also give some tags, but it's definitely not worth it, at least in my opinion, to dismiss legendary adventures. And to actually grade up a character, it is very simple, right? You just select the character, for example here Deborah, and there's the grade up button. You can also select the training room if you want, but from here you can go directly. So here it will show you I already passed the grade up exam, right? So I just need the tag down there. So I need to get an arrow grade tag. So you can click here in the own items. if you guys don't have the iron, because you need to basically craft it, right? So you click this button, and you guys basically, okay, I needed an iron grade, right? So we click the iron grade, go here in swap tag, and then you will own a bunch of no grades, right? So you click here in the no grade, and it will cost you for the iron grade, I think 8 of no grades, right? So basically you click here no grade, and then click down there in swap, and you will craft it basically, and then you go back here and click OK here, and you grade up. So now I want to talk a bit about how death works, right? So I'll start talking about what happens when another character other than you dies, right? So here we have our voluntary today, Milena. So basically the trick to revive other characters is to click as soon as your character puts your hand in the back of the other character. So let's try it out here. See, the first time is the easiest time for you to do it basically. And when your main character dies, you have two options here. So you can rise again, and that would spend one of the lives that you would have up there, right? So usually you would see 3 green flames up there. But since I am near a Harken right now, I basically have unlimited lives. But that would basically send you to just before your death. And all characters that had died would basically resurrect, and they would only lose 5 fortitude. So it's great to rise again if possible. And if you accept death, basically you're giving up, and you'll be sent back to the latest Harken that you used. So there's no big problem in dying, right? Unless you spend all your lives, and then basically your characters will die. So if you're out of lives, maybe don't go into combat. And the last thing I wanted to talk today is about resurrection. So here we have Deborah. She is dead, right? With only 2 fortitude. So let's click resurrect here in the temple and see what happens. So basically I have to pay here either gems, right? Or 14,000 gold. So this amount here is based on the character's level. So the higher the level, the more gold it is. So it gets very, very expensive, right? But then here it says, right? So I am at 2 fortitude, and this person's fortitude is reduced. So this will have a significant negative impact on resurrection. So basically, if you have less than 50 fortitude, there's a chance that your character may be turned into ash if you try to resurrect here. So it has, as I'm at 2 fortitude, a very low chance that it actually resurrects the character, right? But even if they are turned into ash, you can still wait until they get 50 fortitude and then try to resurrect again, so it's guaranteed. Okay, so at 50 plus, it's guaranteed that you will resurrect your character. And fortitude is recovered every 6 minutes, so basically 10 fortitude per hour. And so 5 hours you have 50 fortitude, so you can resurrect. And that was it. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and keep tuned for the other 2 parts.